You know, Norm, my family and I used to watch the show all the time when I was growing up.
Hey, we have some viewers who have seen every single episode.
One of my favorite projects was the Concord Barn.
That was a good one.
Although now that I think about it, Milton was pretty cool, too.
Yeah, it was.
And Tucson was sweet.
Well, here's a tip. Sooner or later, you can see all of This Old House projects on This Old House Classics.
Great idea. Well, I have to say, I like San Francisco, too.
Hi,
Richard, have you seen Norm? We've got some wood for him.
Yeah, he's here. He's just inside getting a cup of coffee.
All right. What do you got in the box?
Well, even though it's snowing and cold outside, we still have to think about getting our air conditioning and our heat pump installed. It just arrived the other day.
Yeah?
Give me a hand lifting this up.
It's all ready to go?
Yeah, I pulled the van from the bottom.
Hey, look at that.
Okay.
How does it work?
Well, in the summer, we're going to extract heat from the house and dump it outside to cool our upper floors.
Yeah.
And in the winter, we're going to be able to find any available heat and dump it into the house to heat the great room and some of the upstairs rooms.
Well, it's a pretty little devil, but you're not going to put it here, are you?
Well, I was hoping to, no. No, we're going to put it on the backside over near the porch.
Okay, it'll be out of sight.
Doing a good job, yep.
So it looks like you've got some new plumbing devices going in here.
Yeah, well, that's
pretty fancy.
That's a garden hose faucet called a Silcock, which can't freeze.
Oh, I see. The water comes out here, but you got this fancy gizmo on top.
Yeah, that's a vacuum breaker part. The point that makes it different is the part where we shut off the water is about 14 inches inside the house.
Yeah.
So it's far away from the cold air, so it just can't freeze.
Is it expensive?
Well, it's a few more dollars, sure, but it means you don't have to remember to turn off the Silcock every winter to prevent freezing.
Is it really worth it?
Well, the thing about pipe freezing, it's a pretty major issue in this country. Right behind hurricanes is the amount of damage that's paid out by insurance companies on frozen pipes. And I think the real problem is in the marginal climate, the places that we're used to it here in New England.
Right.
You know, we think to turn it off or insulate it. But down where you get a sudden cold freeze, that's when the real damage happens.
Well, do you have any tips for those of us who are stuck with the old kind?
Yeah, I brought some samples inside where it's warm, and I can show you. Let's go.
Sort of like one of those B-grade spy thrillers. We're always in the basement.
Steve, basements are beautiful. That's where all the mechanical stuff is. Here's where our frostproof Silcock comes in from outside.
Yeah.
And what I did is I brought another one to show you what happens inside. Here's the outside of the house. Now, the washer, which shuts the water off, is way back in here at the end.
Yeah.
So there's no way it can freeze outside. Now, what most people have is a regular, called a Silcock, a garden
Right,
hose.
that's what I've got.
Okay. Now, inside, there should be a shut-off valve back in here. You should shut this off every, well, about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, February.
Yeah, so you should. Turn this off. Then you should open the faucet to drain the water out. And also, many of them have a little drain valve right here to get the water out.
Mine's usually frozen by the time I turn it off.
Now, the water connection is out here, the washer.
Yeah.
So I've seen these where they freeze and literally blow this faucet right off the side of the house.
No kidding.
And that happens, you're actually lucky.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, it will split here. And, you know, one small pinhole leak can put about 250 gallons of water into a basement.
So at the end of a 2-week vacation, it's...
You'll be up to the second floor. Now, the other thing that can make it freeze is just, if you feel right here, there's cold air blowing in right here.
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
And there's another, I see here, there's another hole right here. Now, this can be like a cold air torch, which can just go right under the pipe and freeze it. So when any time you have a hole like that, you should use some sort of foam to seal up the hole.
That just sprays right into those voids.
Okay. And then finally, I think, whenever possible, you should put some sort of insulation on the pipe. Okay, that comes as a split-type insulation. And here's a piece that I put up there to show you what it looked like. Okay. And
how far back do you have to come with that?
You know, come back into the heated space, 2 or 3 feet, something like that.
All right. Well, those are all good tips.
Get home and drain it.
Okay. But not before I check out the lighting designs in the kitchen.
I'll be in the basement.
To find out what we're working on this month, read This Old House magazine. Look for our current issue at your local newsstand. Portions of This Old House classics are made possible by Cheld Wen Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Only a Moen faucet puts pulse control right at your fingertips. It'll help you with those important tasks. Or not. Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
If you want to do more with a room and a budget, you can. Because the Home Depot is driving down the cost of home improvement. We're making more projects possible for more people. Every year, we permanently reduce the price on thousands of items, more than 5,000 this year alone. Whether it's our low price guarantee or associates with a knack for making your projects more affordable, we're helping your hard-earned dollars work even harder. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
If a concert hall can be acoustically tuned, if a 60,000-seat stadium can have a retractable roof, if an 80-ton bullet train can glide on air, why not your SUV? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Envoy line of SUVs, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
I'm a slightly balding father of two. I have a gym membership that I hardly ever use. I'm a good plant manager. I think four-door pickup trucks are a miracle of science. I have a Discover card because it gives me money back on the things I buy. I'd like to put that money towards a table saw, but I have a funny feeling it's going towards a new dishwasher.
This is our card, the Discover card.
We're Geldwin, and for more than 40 years, we've been making reliable windows and doors. Lifelong memories. Long life windows and doors. Doors that can take the heat, even when you can't. Guaranteed to reign, guaranteed to last. Comfort, security, dependability. Geldwin windows and doors. Reliability for real life.
Only a Moen faucet puts pulse control right at your fingertips. It'll help you with those important tasks. Or not. Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
This old house is brought to you by
Moen.
GMC Trucks and SUVs. We are professional grade. The Discover card. And by Whirlpool.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi,
Hey,
Steve.
Paul.
Hey, Steve.
So what do you think of the kitchen?
I think it's terrific. This is the first chance I've had to see the lighting, and I think it's really coming out great.
Well, it's the first chance I've had to see the lighting, too. And when I was over here the other week, Paul, I noticed that the plasters had gone right over this area. And I thought, uh-oh, maybe they covered up some electrical devices in the ceiling, but clearly they didn't.
No, we were ready. We had run our wire prior to the drywallers and marked exactly where it was, so that when we were ready to come and put the lighting in, we could drill our holes in the ceiling and put it exactly over the center of our peninsula here.
So you just had to reach up, grab the wire.
Fish the wire out with the fish.
Okay. Now these will go right into the ceiling just like this?
Just like this, Steve.
The electrical inspector will let you get away with this?
Yeah, because this is low voltage. This is 12 volts. So this connection is fine, and that makes it pretty nice.
So how does it go in?
I'll show you. Just about to do that.
You just stick it right up in the ceiling.
There's some little clips here, spring clips, that will hold the pressure on it. Once we push it in, it'll keep it right in place.
Look at that.
And then the cover goes right on top.
You cut that hole with a hole saw.
A perfect hole saw.
That is wonderful. Must make it easier for you then.
It does. It really does. It makes a nice, neat job.
Great. Looks very good. Now, Melissa, this is a very dramatic area, this peninsula, isn't it?
Thank you. That's what I was trying to achieve here. What I've done is put a lamp in the fixture that will give us a very tight beam spread, very controlled, and you can see the pools of light on the counter surface. I could have used a lamp that would give me a wider beam spread, a more even illumination, but this was the look that I wanted for the counter surface.
So if the homeowners want to change the effect, they can change the bulb?
The lamp, change the light bulb.
I see. So they're quite flexible as well.
Yes.
And you've got some under counter lights here that throw out a lot of light, but also a lot of glare.
Actually, there is a molding going on the face of the cabinet that will cover the fixture.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's nice. But still, you have a tremendous amount of cast lighting here, which I like very much in a kitchen.
Yes, this kitchen We've put the lighting right where you need it, right onto the counter surfaces. Rather than sticking your downlights in the ceiling and giving a general illumination, we've concentrated on the task areas. If we need a little more ambient light, we could get it through our soffit lighting up here, and that will brighten the kitchen.
We've got some fixtures hidden behind this valance here. Oh, they're the little halogen ones.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now, those are low voltage as well?
That's correct. They're 12 volts.
So you use that quite a bit in this kitchen.
Yes, it brightens it up, gives us that white light.
Any problems installing it, Paul?
No, actually, it's easier, Steve. The only difference is we have a transformer that's remotely located in the basement. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, good enough. Well, in a mere 2 weeks, this whole house will be done, and I hope that you'll come back for the final party and take your bows.
Thank you.
And thanks for all your work. Now, part of what we've got to do to finish it up is to get the countertops fabricated. That's happening as we speak in a shop not far from here. What are the current trends in countertop materials?
Well, Steve, when I started the business 12 years ago, everything was plastic laminate. But since the introduction of solid surfacing, now it's more than half of our business.
Half? Boy. And that's what you're showing me here?
Yeah, this is the color selection available from one manufacturer.
What is this stuff, anyway?
Well, the product is made up of acrylic and polyester resins. It's a thermoset product, which is available in sheet form, as you see it.
Pretty unusual colors.
This particular manufacturer is located in the south, and they tell us that these colors are pretty hot down there.
I suspect that most New Englanders would go for plain old white.
That's right, Steve, and that's what we got for you here today.
The Haggards have chosen white. Where does this piece go?
This is the desktop. The little projection shoots into the window right behind the desk.
Oh, that sits just adjacent to the main part of the kitchen.
That's right.
How do you get this?
Well, the sheet stock comes in half-inch thick material, so what we have to do to achieve this thickness is build up the edge.
I see. So you've done that here. And then you machine this bullnose into it?
Joan has picked a bullnose edge, and what we use is a carbide stiff router bit, and just machine the edge, and from there it'll be sanded and polished.
You can turn your home into a money-saving machine and get some bright ideas about energy-saving products. Only at the Home Depot. We carry over 1,300 money-saving items, so efficient they've earned the trusted Energy Star label. And only our associates' free clinics and website can give you the know-how to make every dollar work harder. Whether you do it yourself or let us help, you won't find energy savings like this anywhere else. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
If a concert hall can be acoustically tuned, if a 60,000-seat stadium can have a retractable roof, if an 80-ton bullet train can glide on air, why not your SUV? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. The GMC Envoy line of SUVs, professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
We're Geldwin, and for more than 40 years, we've been making reliable windows and doors. Very scary. Very secure. Big remodeling project complete. Big sale on heaters and fans. Guaranteed to reign, guaranteed to last. Comfort, security, dependability. Geldwin windows and doors. Reliability for real life.
Local news experience makes all the difference. Like KATU reporters with over 20 years local experience. Capital watchdog Eric Mason.
You, the taxpayer, are going to be stuck with the bill.
Consumer advocate Ed Teachout.
It's a new way to protect yourself and save money.
And environmental journalist Brad McCombie.
Officers have a new tool called night vision.
Reporters with a finger on the pulse of the Northwest. Experience the difference at KATU News at 5. KATU News. The difference is local.
Born at 24 weeks and weighing just over 1 pound, little Timmy Kelly's premature birth left him blind and with little chance of ever walking. Then, his parents found help and hope at a Shriners hospital.
Timmy's life would have been drastically different without the intervention of the Shriners.
At Shriners, Timmy underwent a series of complex surgeries.
It's not just the medical quality of care, it's the whole environment that is really makes it nice.
Shriners hospitals offer some of the world's best orthopedic, spinal cord, and burn medical care to children, totally free of charge. And they combine that care with innovative teaching and progressive research programs.
Shriners create miracles, and we have one that lives with us, so we're very fortunate.
Today, Timmy lives an active life and has discovered a special talent for singing.
I can walk, and it's because of Shriners Hospital.
Call this number for more information. Shriners, having fun and helping kids, right here in the Portland area.
And what's this piece over here, Charlie?
This is the main sink top, and what we're doing on this particular job is undermounting stainless steel sinks. Bob is getting set up to cut the hole for this, as you can see.
So you got your template in place and the rest of the countertops laid out. Just use a standard router.
Standard router, it's a 3-horse router with a carbide tip cutter in it.
Carbide tip cutter and just a little collar to follow around the template.
Template guide, that's
Let's see it. Now look at that. That's just like hard cheese.
Well, with the proper tools, Steve, you get the right effect.
Yeah, that's great. Nice job. Now this piece you've got is what, 12, 13 feet long?
About 13 feet.
Is that the maximum that comes from the factory?
Sheet stock comes 12 feet long.
So you had to seam it somewhere?
That's correct.
And I suppose you would have done it here at this job?
Well, actually not, but let's ask Bob where it is. He's the only one that knows.
So where did you seam it, Bob? Right here. Oh, look at that. You cannot see a thing. It is absolutely invisible. How do you do that?
Well, the adhesive is a two-part mix. Two halves have to be machined together and then clamped and glued and polished and finished from there.
Well, once you sand it out, it is gone. What about this seam here?
Well, given the layout of this particular kitchen, we can't install this top in one piece. So this is another seam that will be put together in the field.
Actually in the kitchen. And it will be as invisible as this one?
Just the same.
Just the same. Great. Now, we've got some stainless steel sinks going in our kitchen. Do they have solid surfacing sinks that you can mount onto the counter as well?
This particular manufacturer hasn't introduced them yet, Steve, but we do have one to show you.
Okay. Wow, this is some counter.
Here you see, Steve, the pre-molded solid surface bowl right from the factory.
So the bowl, this part comes from the factory, from the manufacturer, and then you glue it to the top right here in the shop?
That's right. We can locate the bowl any place in the sheet, and it's mounted right here.
Well, that's great. You can't even see the seam here either. Very nice. And what's this?
What we have here is another feature of solid surface material. Here we've routed in a drain board, and we're also going to do this for Joan at Kirkside.
Great. That's a very nice feature, I think. And you got some very complicated work going on here. What's this all about?
Well, this particular customer wanted to copy the floral pattern in their floor tile. So what you have here is solid surface material inlaid in solid surface material.
So they've routed this out and inlaid solid surfacing and sanded it smooth.
That'll be all polished up and finished.
Tremendous amount of work there. And a lot of work in this whole thing. It must cost an arm and a leg.
That's right, Steve. You need to have deep pockets for this job.
Not for the faint of heart.
But we do have a compromise or an option.
Great. Show us that.
Here we have the vanity top we're doing at Kirkside.
Yeah.
Standard plastic laminate top right now.
Particle board core, high pressure laminate glued right on top.
Your standard self-edge countertop is what you're looking at right here, Steve.
That's where you just glue some high pressure laminate right to the front. I guess some people object to this black line.
Yeah, obviously not a solid through material.
Yeah, and also it can be damaged if you're rough with it.
That's right. So what we've done is this particular manufacturer has matched their solid surface material to a brand of laminate that they also manufacture. And that's what these fellas, Mark and Mark, are doing right here.
So this stuff gets glued to the front. That's great. And what will that look like when you're all done?
It's a sample of what the finished product will look like once they get it shaped and sanded.
Look at that. So you can shape it and put whatever kind of a profile you want in there. Here you've got a bull nose. That is terrific.
And you get that durability of a solid surface edge as well.
Boy, that's great. Nice job. Okay, so you've shown me the kitchen sink, you've shown me the bathroom vanity. What about that big peninsula in the kitchen? That was a huge piece.
Well, we're working on that up in the other room.
Boy, lots of counters, lots of people working. There's no secret that there's a recession here in the Northeast, especially in the construction trades. Have you guys been affected?
Well, Steve, we're still working with a backlog, even at Christmas time.
Can't ask for more than that, can you?
That's for sure.
So what's going on here?
Well, here we have another job set up. It's about 7 feet by 8 feet, and again, it needs to have a seam, 2 sheets put together. So what you see here is both halves of the sheet stock clamped to the table with a straight edge. These are spacers to allow the proper space in between for this 1/2-inch 2-flute carbide tip cutter that we're going to run the seam with. And Dan's going to do that for us right now.
All right.
Hi there, I'm Anna Song, an anchor with KATU News and a volunteer with the Assistance League of Portland. It's a nonprofit group dedicated to meeting the diverse needs of children and families in the Tri-County area. One of the services they provide is free dental care for any Portland Public School student on free or reduced lunch between grades K through 12. To make a dental appointment or to give to the Assistance League of Portland, go to KATU.com and click on the Spirit of the Northwest button. K2U, the Spirit of the Northwest.
This segment of This Old House is sponsored by Jeld-Wen Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life. The Home Depot. And by Whirlpool.
Well, look at that. Perfectly matched. Now, how do you glue it together?
Well, we're going to show you that over here on your peninsula top for Crookside. Here we have the 2 pieces of material for the peninsula top, Steve. We're just getting ready to glue it up now. And what we've done here is we've machined the 2 halves together, just as you saw. And Mark is now pouring the adhesive in the seam. We've prepped this by cleaning the 2 edges with denatured alcohol. We have the cellophane tape on the table to keep it from contaminating the seam, as well as providing a release for the top itself after it's set. Now the mix is a 2-part system of acrylic resins and a hardener. You remove this dam, mix them up real well, pour it in the seam.
How much clamping pressure? You do need to clamp it, right?
We're going to be using bar clamps across this particular piece, and just finger tight, hand tight, that's it. You don't need a lot of pressure.
How long does it take to dry?
45 minutes to an hour for this particular adhesive.
And when you sand it up, you won't be able to see the seam, right?
Just as good as you saw on the other piece.
Well, I can hardly wait to see all these countertops installed in Kirkside.
Me too, Steve.
And thanks for showing us your shop, Charlie.
Glad to have you.
I didn't know you could get cedar this thin, Norm.
Well, you can't. I took some 3/4-inch stock and planed it down to just a little less than 3/8 last night with a thickness planer at the shop. That way it's easier to bend.
Yeah. So the idea is to...
Yeah, you just got to keep it even with the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to nail it about every 14 to 16 inches. And even though there's a little gap up at the top, we're going to cover that with a molding. That's good right there. Okay, Steve, that took care of the base piece. Now we're going to cover the whole thing with another piece, starting from the end that we ended up on. So go out straight, and I'm going to put a couple screws in here. Okay, drop it down. Good, hold it right there.
I start to see what you're doing here. You're giving it the double thickness so that if anybody comes along and kicks this riser, it won't split it, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah, drop it some more and tap it. Good, whoa, right there, beautiful.
Hey, that looks great.
Thanks.
What's the next step?
Well, the next step is to finish the straight runs.
Yeah.
Then we'll run a molding around it, right under the decking.
Okay, I'll stay right with you.
Well, we hope you learned a thing or two during this episode of This Old House Classics.
I know I sure picked up some good tips.
Well, Kevin, keep watching. Keep watching.
Oh, I will. So until next time, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
And I'm Norm Abram.
For This Old House Classics.
To find out what we're working on this month, read This Old House magazine. Look for our current issue at your local newsstand. Find out more about your favorite This Old House at thisoldhouse.com.